So let's go and have a look at the first of these two boats. She is a beautiful 40-foot Mariner ketch, built in 1971, and she is currently in Central America. So let's have a little look around. We don't have many photos of this boat, unfortunately, but I'll show you the ones that we do have. So there we have a view of her bow and bowsprit. Beautiful looking boat. I really like the lines of this boat. In fact, let's nip over a moment to Sailboat Data and we'll have a look at the specs before we look around the boat. Here are the boat specs on sailboatdata.com. This is a very useful website if you're looking at different models of boats. It gives you useful information quickly and easily. So there we've got some images of the boat supplied by the factory, and we've also got images of inside the boat, so we can see the plan layout there of the vessel. I love the lines of this, very traditional looking. It looks very seaworthy. We'll see later on it's got a very seaworthy underwater profile, and yeah, it's a very valid layout. So we can see all the major specs here. She's quite a heavy displacement boat. She doesn't have a massive ballast ratio, 34%. However, she does have a long keel and the draft is quite deep, so I'm sure she would be very stiff and solid and seaworthy. You can see the fuel and water on board there, the standard configuration. It appears that the boat has had a little bit more diesel capacity added to it and some of the water removed, but we'll see that on the advert now. Here she is. She's currently located in Central America, which is a very good staging post for future adventures. Whichever way the wind takes you, you could either head out to the Caribbean or you could go the other way and go to the beautiful Pacific. Here's a view of the bow and the bowsprit. A really nice looking boat. Obviously that's subjective, but to me these lines are very beautiful and she looks very appealing indeed. Roll of furling on the head sail, of course, and then she is a ketch. She's got a wind generator on the mizzen mast and radar, and yeah, I'm sure you could spend long periods of time on the hook on a boat like this in great comfort. As you can see, she's got a double anchor set up, so you've got 2 anchors, 2 rollers, and you can deploy 2 anchors from the bow with ease, which can be very handy, especially in heavy weather. She's got some davits at the back there, manually operated, so you could hoist your dinghy up out of the water and keep her there. I really love the woodwork here around the stern of the boat. Very salty and traditional looking. Again, that's subjective, but I really do like the look of this boat. Here we get a view of the underwater profile of the boat there. She has a nice full keel design which is encapsulated, so there are no keel bolts to worry about. The keel is a kind of integral part of the hull. She has a nicely protected rudder there too, so if you were ever unfortunate enough to run aground in a boat like this, you're much better off than you would be on some other kind of boat designs. That is one advantage. The other advantage is that this will track very, very well, so if you're crossing an ocean, for example, then you'll have the ability to have the boat go on the course that you want it to without drifting off and needing constant attention from the helm or the autopilot or the wind vane or whatever it is which is governing the vessel. So that's the advantage. There is always a flip side, so this won't be as easy to manoeuvre in and around marinas, of course, but the more that you get to know boats and boat designs, the more that you realise that every single aspect of every single boat comes with a bunch of pros and cons. So something that works extremely well in one situation won't work well in a different situation, and you just need to know what you want to do with the boat, and then that will allow you to choose the best boat for you and your needs. Really nice transom there. Again, traditional design, very salty looking. I really do think she is a pretty boat. Moving on, we can see the rudder and how that is attached to the hull. We've got a fixed 3-blade bronze prop. And there we get a view from the starboard side. We've got a view of the bow here, and you can see by looking at the shape of this boat that it would slice into the waves really quite well. Different designs do different things in different ways, and some of the flat bottom designs on newer boats which come down to a flat bottom here at the front, they tend to pound into the waves. This would slice through them really quite nicely, so I'm sure that this would be a very comfortable boat in a heavy sea. Here we've got a view of the port quarter, so pretty transom, nice davits there. We've got a stern anchor ready to go at a moment's notice, which is always a good idea to have it somewhere where it's easy to get to and easy to deploy. We've got a bimini, the mizzen mast, Dodger, and some solar panels. There's also good walkways there to get to the front of the boat. And again, I really do like the design of this boat. So we'll just work our way through the photos. Feel free to pause this at any point and peruse in more detail at your leisure. We'll move our way back into the cockpit and then we'll go and have a look inside the boat. There's wheel steering there under that cover. And let's go into the boat. Here we have the galley, nice big windows, letting in lots of natural light. She has a heater there, as you can see, which is very useful if you want to be living on the hook. Obviously an electric heater is fine in a marina, but if you're out on the hook then you need some independent means of heating the cabin for you to stay in comfort in colder weather. Here is the galley, a very nicely laid out galley, plenty of room by the looks of things. And moving on, back outside again now, this is the port side of the vessel. You can see the storage there alongside the lifelines for fuel or water. And it appears that those jerry cans are protected from UV, which is always a good idea. That is the last photo, so that's all I can give you, I'm afraid. However, I think you'll be interested in finding out more about this boat when you see the price, or when you hear the price. So here's the description, let's have a quick look. She's had some work in 2019, new bottom paint, new deck paint, Kiwi grip non-skid, new cutlass bearing 2019. She's got 4 50-watt solar panels, that's 200 watts in total. The masts were refurbished in 2018. Spinnaker, LED deck lighting and tricolour masthead light. LED lights are an excellent way to reduce your power consumption. So if you have a boat already, then change your lights for LEDs, both internal and external. It makes a massive difference. And if you don't have a boat yet, then that should be one of the first things that you do. Before adding extra generation capacity, it makes sense to reduce the consumption first. Water maker, hot water tank, auto helm, radar, 4-man life raft, dinghy with outboard, Force 10 stove, cold plate refrigeration, 2 CQR anchors, 70 horsepower Perkins diesel. Perkins have a good reputation, they're nice reliable engines and their parts are cheap, which is always nice. 80 gallons of fresh water, and there are 2 tanks, 60 and 80 gallons of diesel. Too much to list, must see to believe. She is ready to coastal cruise or take on the Pacific. Those are the words of the seller of this boat. Guess how much? How much do you think? Leave it in a comment if you want, and we'll find out in a minute if you were right or not. This boat, currently in Central America, available right now, is $32,000 US. That's the asking price. So probably cheaper than many of you would have thought. So that is boat number 1, the Mariner Ketch, and there will be a link which will lead you to this boat in the description of this video. So if you want to find the actual listing and make inquiries, see the survey, go and buy her, do whatever you want to do, you'll find the link in the description of this video. Now we're going to move on to boat number 2. It's a very different proposition, but it may be even more appealing depending on what you want from your boat. And here we have our second boat, which is a 42-foot Bruce Roberts Spray. This is an absolutely gorgeous boat, and again the price is very interesting, so stick around to the end to find out how much she costs. There's a very nice video tour which has been provided by the broker of this vessel, so let's go and have a look at the video so you can have a good look around everything that she has to offer.
Here we are on Heritage. Bruce Roberts Spray. 47 overall. It's a ketch, 2 masts, 4 sails. Nice tender, 25 horsepower, solar, wind generator, water maker. Whee! Dolphins are going crazy around us. Sweet. I don't know where to
That's
go.
a pretty substantial power winch there for the anchor for a boat of this
Yeah.
size.
Big powerful winch and heaps of chain. I believe we have at least 300 feet of chain
wow. Yeah.
below. So been able to anchor in as deep as 20 meters very comfortably. Big awesome bowsprit to watch. We've had dolphins under the boat. Everything about this boat is just built big and sturdy, safe.
Yes, I can see that. So the chain drops straight down. Do you ever have any problems but with chain bunching up when somebody has to go and clear it out?
Oh no, it doesn't jam.
Oh wow, you're lucky.
Yeah, the only thing we've had is you just have to put a snubber or you know.
Yes,
put
that's the usual practice. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it keeps the pressure off of the windlass, and you're
Yeah.
all good. 60-pound anchor. Haven't dragged anchor once in my experience. Big and heavy. Does great for sand. Even has a little swivel or a pivot
Yeah.
at the top.
A good Samson post as well. Super strong in keeping with the spirit of the boat. And so both foresails are on the fellers, so easy to handle. So basically the whole boat is self-tacking except for the genoa. So,
Have a spare anchor ready to go with probably another 50 foot of chain and probably 200 feet of line that's ready for the sand anchor. That is, I believe, a Fortress aluminum anchor, so it's actually quite light in case.
yes, it's a fortress, so yeah. Yeah, that's brilliant. So much deck space. This mast step looks really healthy. There is no sign of electrolysis. Can you tell me, oh, there is mast steps all the way up to the top
yeah.
as well?
Very sturdy. I've been to the top of both of these masts.
Very
Very solid boat. It doesn't heel over too much, so you're not living sideways while you're sailing. On the crossing, we traveled 2,500 miles, and we were playing board games in the cockpit pretty much the entire time. We have the nice isinglass that rolls down. We call it the villa when it's raining. Sheltered from the elements, but you know, very sturdy, very seaworthy, and
great size cockpit. There's a nice stable, old-fashioned wheel, which is very romantic. But modern electronics and all the modern things that you actually need to stay. Amazingly engineered platform at the back. Is it hydraulic or is it controlled?
No, it's we lift it with the winch. It will go all the way to the winch there.
Oh, okay, so that's mechanical, so it can't fail.
Yes. So,
Perfect. And so you've got props for your dinghy to sit on that?
Yeah, we just tie the dinghy to it and ready to rock and roll after we winch it up.
Okay, so you can make it go right down into the water.
Yep. And this varies in height. They'll go all the way below the water level, and this goes a little bit higher. And very, very sturdy. You can throw your fenders in the tender while you're driving to save some space. You can launch a kite off this thing. You can load to the water to go snorkeling.
That is really good. So you actually can leave your dinghy on that platform while you are to sea on a passage?
Oh yeah, that's how we roll. If we're going on a long journey, we'll have the tender up right here. I believe it's a 10 or 11 foot tender, inflatable, fiberglass bottom with a brand new Enduro 25 that we bought in Tahiti.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so it's a brand new engine, probably less than 100 hours on it.
Yeah.
We bought it to make sure that we wouldn't be stranded anywhere while we were spearfishing, and great purchase.
Yeah, very great.
You can still go fast even though you own a sailboat.
No, I can see that. You can actually just go surfing and foiling, and that's brilliant.
Here we are in the main cabin of Heritage. For our adventure from Tahiti to Fiji, Adam's mom, the owner's mom, was nice enough to do all these custom cushions.
Wow, that's well done. She must be professional.
Yeah, they're really well done. So we've had covers on these the entire time. They're brand new. And we have the forward cabin up here. This was my room where I slept for, I don't know how many months. It's great. while you're at dock, there is aircon on the boat for the main cabin and the forward cabin, and there's another AC unit in the master's cabin. This couch actually folds out into a queen bed, so you can sleep 2 on there. As far as the kitchen goes, it's a nice compact kitchen, nice oven. We bake fresh bread on it on the entire crossing.
That's a great oven, actually.
I mean, even has heritage on here. It's
wow.
Really, the boat was all built custom, and
on gimbals. Yeah, actually that oven is great because on most boats there's 3 burners that are too close together and you actually can't physically put 3 saucepans on it. This one actually you can. And you've got some mozzie nets on every one of those.
Oh yeah, so these windows can stay open. The mozzie nets are sweet, and we'll keep the boat nice and cool there all the way around. And we have a small freezer here, and then this is the main fridge here. So this opens up. I still got a little bit of a side salad and a few beers in there and a watermelon.
That is a huge fridge.
Yeah, and it gets cold, stays cold. And then you have the front here.
Wow, that's brilliant.
And then this one right here is 12 volt, so it stays cold. You can shut the main fridge off at night, and you can run this freezer and it will be...
Yeah, that's brilliant. So you've got obviously plenty of solar power. I've noticed that before, so you can run all of this
completely self-efficient. There's a water maker behind here. There's a vacuum sealer with heaps of vacuum seal bags.
What do you mean? You can actually vacuum seal things on
the we would get fish, we would spear fish. The main point of Heritage for Adam was to spearfish, kiteboard, surf, just go to these incredible places all over the world. And he's been able to do that on Heritage, as have I. It's a little lifeboat for fun and survival. Yeah. That's brilliant. And you know, we would get these fish, and then we would process the fish, and we would freeze it in the freezer, and then we would have probably 50 pounds of fresh fish in there that we'd be able to unload off at the next port or enjoy along the way on our crossings. Wow. We replaced both the house batteries in Tahiti, so that was about 1.5 years ago, and I just replaced the starter battery for the engine just last month. So yeah, all the batteries are less than 2 years old, all working great. We have all the lights on right now. We're still holding 13.3 volts. Yeah, full charge. So is that your battery monitor right here? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I see a lot in Canada and the US. A very good system, super sturdy. Yeah, you just get to read that, and tells you exactly what's coming in and what's going out, and then. Right. So okay. So just quickly to show, this boat is meant for people to survive anywhere for any length of time, and so there's got even a workshop. It's got everything here. It's more of a storage shop right now. Thankfully, nothing's broken. Oh, well, I think that's why it's got a workbench. It's even labeled: socket set, socket wrench, screwdrivers. Yeah, I put a few pieces. Everything is labeled. That's brilliant. Yeah, there's heaps of tools, heaps of extra tools, sockets. I mean, voltmeters, Dremels, sanders, saws, bolt cutters. There's everything you really need. And that's all coming with the boat, so we're ready for Antarctica even. And then it's going to be a little toasty in here just because we were running the engine, but here is our iron. Yeah. So what engine is this? I believe this is a Ford engine that was Lehman or the Ford Lehman. Ford Lehman, yes, and it's just been an absolute workhorse. And they're just designed to run for weeks and months and not complain. They're incredible. Been very good on diesel. I honestly haven't put diesel in the boat since I've been here in Fiji. And so how much diesel capacity do you have on this? I believe it's probably close to 300 liters on either side. And what is the usage? So how far can you go with the engine alone? That's a great question, because we also have a day tank, so we have 300 liters,
yeah.
and then we also have this brand new day tank. A nice little queen bed.
Yeah, it's a really nice cabin.
Nice little couch. We have a closet and drawers and 2 bathrooms for each room.
Oh, super nice cabin.
Plenty of wall space, and it's actually quite a comfortable bed.
No, it's a nice airflow and the cabin, the hatch up here. And is that?
Yeah, you can open. Here's the
Okay,
bed.
so that's the ensuite head. Perfect. Awesome.
You can lay out your charts here, but as you can see, it's mostly taken up by electronics. All runs off of these 12 volts here. Has Wi-Fi accessibility.
So you're charging everything here,
Yep.
and the batteries handle it fine.
Yep. We run on solar, and we also have the wind Jenny, so it's been doing quite well. And we even have a music system. When you have enough juice, you can turn it on and bump some jams in the main cabin with good speakers
everywhere. That's really good.
So everything really works on this boat.
So you've got the Iridium Go as well for satellite
Iridium Go, you can
communication.
track this boat all the way around the world. We actually had text messages and global positioning the entire trip, so our families knew where we were the entire time, and we can actually not text but send emails to them.
Now everyone agrees this is the best satellite system.
So it's been good.
This is great. So and then I've noticed there's storage everywhere. There's cupboards, every nook and cranny is being used in a good way. It's not cluttered. Oh yeah, and I see the vent for the air conditioning over there.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
I did a nice clean in this. Hopefully it's still clean, or else I might be really upset.
The woodwork and the
Here's
brightworks are just so great.
So this is
wow, how clean is this? Oh wow. This is the cleanest beach I've seen ever.
It's all painted gel coat white, so everything's in storage, so it doesn't get wet.
Oh my gosh, real little ship. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about this boat.
So many details. And so so you've got accommodation-wise, you have the forward cabin, which is
this one unit goes to both.
So there is a door that closes here, so that closes up that little unit there with a bathroom, I believe, in here.
Apparently being stored in the bathroom.
Oh, that's brilliant! Hey, plenty of room in here. And then on the other end of the boat is the other accommodation, so perfect for privacy when you've got a family with kids, or two people or 2 couples or whatever. And then obviously you've got place for people to come and sleep over or join you on a passage with this big double bed thing pull out, and then another quarter berth up here, and then this is another quarter berth.
Flat sunny day. Woo-wee. Out here in the Motu. Some surf out there.
There we go then, that's Heritage for you. She's a very, very nice vessel, really well presented, and thank you very much to Anna and Cole for that video. Maybe some of you will be getting straight on the phone. I know under different circumstances I would be. So very, very, very nice boat, and a very serious liveaboard option there for somebody, and you would be starting your adventure in a very, very beautiful part of the world. So what do you think she costs? Make a little guess either in a comment or in your head, and I'll tell you in a moment what the asking price is. Here's the listing itself for Heritage. I'm not going to go through this because you just watched it in the video. Many of these items were covered in the video. The asking price for Heritage is $98,000. That's an asking price. That's not necessarily the final price. We always negotiate hard when we buy boats. So you may be able to get it for less than that, but that's already a very interesting price. If you want to know more about either of these two boats, then click on the link in the description of this video, and then we will redirect you to the listing of that boat. We intend to make more videos like this in the future, so if you're looking to buy a boat, then make sure you're subscribed and you've hit the bell so you get a notification when they are released. And bear in mind that our patrons get early access to our videos. So if you want to see the next video that we make like this before anybody else, then just join our Patreon crew and you will get to see it before it goes live on YouTube. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in another video very soon. Fair winds and ciao for now.